showing the certain aspects they were going through in their lives and how they learn to actually express themselves through the music and not just talk about what we normally hear, just the misogynistic music, the music that's hateful towards women or the music that's violent. Not to say that that's not part of hip-hop, but that's not all hip-hop is. So pretty much they learn that and taught them to do more than just say what everybody else is saying. And the story goes beyond just hip-hop. It's a story of redemption. It's a story of discovery. And it's a story of healing, because it shows how music can actually heal people. These are kids that weren't even going to graduate from high school and actually ended up graduating from high school. Kids that said hip-hop actually inspired them to go to college. Usually we hear hip-hop as anti-intellectual, that it's not for anything that's going to surge the brain, but these are people that actually want to go to college because of this particular project. So we're going to have a panel discussion afterward, after about a 5-minute intermission, and anybody that needs a sign-up sheet for, I know Mr. Burton has a sign-up sheet, he'll be out there after the discussion just to let you know. My two panelists will be Dr. Sharon Fraser Burgess, give her a hand. She's an educator here at Ball State. She teaches multicultural foundation and social education. And then we have Tolu Olagunda. Give him a hand, please. He's a writer for allhiphop.com, thedailyvoice.com, and truthout.org, and other various sites. And they're going to be the two people on our panel. I'll probably add my comments because I'm pretty opinionated myself. And we'll just go from there. So I'd like all y'all to enjoy the movie. And once again, it's called the Hip Hop Project. I think everybody's coming out, even though we have the basketball game and the rain and everything else. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Thank you.
Can't still be a party with I'm a bad dude. The name of weapon and war I flash. Stop and leave my shots that we were paid for that.
Like nothing I really expected, but it was good to see like how they started out and then how they finished.
What did you expect?
I don't know. I really don't know because I had never heard of it. So, but it was really good. I liked it.
Cool. He's gonna let your friend walk off to the bathroom. I know I kind of got you on the spot here. That's okay. What's your name, by the way?
Shanita.
Shanita?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me ask you just a couple more questions. What's like your experience with hip hop? Like, who's your favorite artist?
I really don't have one. I don't really listen to music a lot, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I listen to a little bit, but not to have a favorite person.
That's okay. All right. Can I ask y'all what you guys thought about the project and everything? What you guys thought about the documentary?
It's kind of cool to like relate it to like, because I'm a musician too, so to like see music that I'm not necessarily like into personally, it's cool to be able to relate to people that have similar backgrounds and stuff to me and know why they appreciate music.
Okay.
I thought it was a really interesting idea and concept that they had behind it. Like, I'd never heard of it before, but it was interesting hearing about something going on like that in this world. I mean, it's a good idea. It's something that needs to be talked about.
What did you guys,
especially in music.
What did you guys expect from the project in the first place? Like, when coming in, did you think it was going to be kind of like that? Or?
It was more about the people's lives than I probably thought it would be.
Yeah.
Which is kind of important to understanding why they're doing what they're doing, why they're rapping about what they're rapping about. Also, like how their lyrics were different than the mainstream stuff that you hear on TV. Like, it was like real stories and stuff. That's what I liked about it.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Just, first off, what you guys think of the project?
I thought it was real good. You know, it's not often that we get that kind of diversity and complexity when talking about hip hop. So it worked real well for that reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good story.
So,
I think it resonates with us just because it's a good story and it's told well. Now, if you add the additional layer of the complexity of how we're thinking about hip hop and what this presents to us, which is an opportunity to consider it not only as an aesthetic but as an art form. I mean, that's exciting.
what do you think first off about the hip hop project?
I thought that the hip hop project was an excellent documentary or whatever, and very touching.
Why was it touching?
I guess because of like what Kazi like did in those kids' lives or whatever, and the type of things that they were talking about and the type of conversations they were having. Like, it's very heartfelt and touching. No, you get it. Go ahead.
All right, thank you everybody that stayed. I know it's been a long night, but I hope that everybody enjoyed the movie that's still here. All right, all right. We're just gonna have pretty much discussion on the movie, on hip hop, or really whatever y'all want to kick. I'm gonna let our two panelists open it up. Once again, this is Dr. Fred Burgess and Tolu Olumide. So I'm gonna let Dr. Fred Burgess go first, and you say whatever you feel you need to say.
Do I just talk or do I
Use the microphone.
hold the mic? Okay.
What a wonderful story. That was my first reaction when I watched the entire film. And I don't know if I'm supposed to dislike it because I'm at least 2 decades older than all the people in the story. So, but that was not my reaction at all. And part of my reaction is tied to the fact that the mothers in the film, one particular mother of Kazi is from the Bahamas, and I'm originally from Jamaica. And also the mother of Cannon, the grandmother of Cannon, is from the islands. And that was kind of a surprise to see that thread woven through the story, which to me reveals about it reveals much about our connectedness as people of African descent. That we tend to think of these lines of demarcation between American-born blacks and Caribbean-born blacks, and yet in this story we are seeing the convergence of their life stories. And that was, I appreciated that, just on a personal level. But I could see sort of multiple lines of narratives here that were completely compelling for me. I mean, the individual narrative of Kazi and the journey he makes in the story is just heartwarming. You know, he starts out almost talking about how he was, in a sense, a prodigal son, and then begins to find his way home, alienated from his family, alienated from himself, and then finding some redemption at the end of the story. And then there's the narrative of the community within the film itself, and their journeys that take place in the 90 minutes that we're watching. And I think all of us can project onto the screen our own stories and our own journeys, and the barriers that we face and the obstacles we face, and how, depending on where you are on the journey, you either are inspired to keep going, or somehow can share in the fact they are able to come this far. But the story of that small group is the story of the African American community, in an urban context too. And I'm sure your questions will also explore that avenue. But definitely the largest piece of the narrative is the narrative of hip hop itself as an art form, yes, but